Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with your money career reading for the week of December 6th through December 12th. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so this reading is going to be a little bit different. If you have watched the general reading for this week, you know that I have challenged myself in a different way for 2023. If you haven't watched it, I will link it at the end of this video. Be sure to watch that reading after this reading so that maybe you know what I'm talking about as I talked about it in that one. Anyway, so I have a bunch of books strewn around my space. And again, the general reading will give you a little bit of insight into that. So as I was getting grounded, meditating, getting ready to do this reading for you here, Aquarius, I was directed by Spirit to a specific book. And I'm actually going to read a passage, the passage that when Spirit was like, just open the book, Cat, open the book. When I opened it, this was the passage it was on. So I'm going to read that very quickly to you, and then we're going to go into this reading. So this book is called The Alchemist. It's by Paulo Coelho. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this passage is on page 118. And I'm just going to, my handy pin as my bookmarker here, I'm just going to read this passage very quickly to you. It says, when a person desires something, all the universe conspires to help that person to realize his dream, said the alchemist, echoing the words of the old king. The boy understood another person was there to help him toward his personal legend. So you are going to instruct me? No, you already know all you need to know. I am only going to point you in the direction of your treasure. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. You may need to listen to that a couple of times. If you haven't read The Alchemist, I highly suggest it. It is not the book that I'm reading right now, but it is the book that Spirit directed me toward. So within that passage comes through this, get the book out here again, comes through this reminder that Spirit is indicating for all of you. So some of you may be feeling kind of stuck or stymied as far as money and career go. Some of you may not realize, it says you already know all you need to know. Some of you may not realize the resources that you have. Some of you are saying, but I don't have resources. I don't have any, information. I don't know how to change my current situation regarding money, regarding career, or regarding life in general. And Spirit is saying, you know what? Challenge accepted, Aquarius. Hold my holy water. You can do this. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to point you in the direction of your treasure by reminding you of some of the resources that you have. Okay, so that is what we're going to do in this reading. Remind you, Aquarius, of some of the resources that you have. You have tons of resources at your disposal. And Spirit is saying, you know what? Hold my holy water here. Hold my holy water, Aquarius. You can do this. You can get out of feeling like you might be stuck, or feeling like you might be up against a brick wall, or feeling, stymied in one way or another. Ooh, wow. As far as money and career go, or just in general in life. And Spirit is here to show you to accept that challenge and remind you that you can do this, Aquarius. You can do this, and Spirit wants to remind you by reminding you of some of your resources and show you how. Okay? Whew, I feel like that was a lot. Hopefully you guys are still here. If you're still here, hit that like button. I don't know if these types of readings, if Spirit's going to kind of direct me towards these in the future. Ooh, did you see that one? Or if this is a one-off, but we'll see what direction Spirit indicates for the next readings to come out, whether it's similar or whether it's on a whole different path. I'm always open to, oh Lord, that was way too many cards, to all of the paths that Spirit takes me down. Now you can see that's way too many. So let's go ahead. Spirit is saying, or indicating, I'm hearing, I never said it would be easy, but I said, or I've tried to show, or attempted to show you, Aquarius, that it is possible. Okay, that's what's coming through here. With all of that, oh my gosh, there are so many resources, Aquarius. Do you see how many are popping out? Spirit's just wanting to come through with all of the resources for you. Wow. All right, Spirit. Just a couple more cards, and then a card for guidance or advice. That one? Yes, it is. Ooh. All right. I hope you all have had the most amazing week. Here we are at Friday, the first Friday of the new year of 2023. How has your week been? Okay, there we go. That is it. And your guidance or advice. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Aquarius, so we're starting out, here we go, with the resources that Spirit wants to remind you of for this reading, for this money and career reading. So the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is coming in here as a big resource. You are always receiving, sometimes we don't notice, sometimes we don't pay attention, kind of inspired ideas, inspired creativity, inspired actions that come through. There's passion that comes through you, and sometimes we don't pay attention, but Spirit is indicating that resource is being given to you, Aquarius, so that you can move into spaces where you are, having those ideas for maybe passive income streams or new income streams, having those ideas for projects or for collaborations, however that may resonate for you. But those resources are coming through. You have inspired ideas at work, but sometimes you're not following through with them. If you're not following through with them, or if you're not taking the creative nudges, then sometimes when we repress those, they don't tend to come as much, and or we just don't notice that they're coming. So that resources is always there for you, Aquarius, but you have to slow down and take notice and take that inspired action, or use your creativity in inspired ways. Okay, so if you feel that niggle, or you feel that knowing all of a sudden to do something, to say something, to be somewhere, to invest in something, do your research, then do it. That's Spirit coming through, being like, hey, Aquarius, look, you have this resource. This resource comes through, but you have to be willing to look at the resource coming through, the inspired action, the nudges, the creative ideas, and do something with them. If you're not, then that's a choice that you're making, but it is a resource, a huge resource that comes through for all of us, but we have to pay attention. Okay, now the next card that you have here as a resource is the Fool, and the Fool is coming in here with this new kind of beginning, or this new job, or a new form, which we just talked about, of income. There is opportunities, there are lots of things all around us, and sometimes we stay right on the edge, Aquarius, but we don't ever take the leap. And Spirit is indicating that when those opportunities come up and they feel like a heck yes for you, then take the leap. You have those opportunities coming through. You have the capability of improving your financial situation, your work situation, but you have to be willing to take the leap. If you are just getting up every day and complaining or making excuses or just doing the same thing over and over because it's easier, then you're not using the resources that you have. You're not taking the leap or looking in that direction of that new beginning, or looking in that direction of potentially having a new job or new income streams. And if you're just doing the ho hum and the easiest thing every day, just getting up and going to work and coming back and getting up and going to work and coming back, then you're not using your resources to your advantage here, Aquarius. Spirit is indicating when opportunities present themselves that do feel like a yes for you, then take the leap, okay? Take the leap. Stop staying where you are just because you feel like it's easier. I already know this job. I already know what to expect. I already know my coworkers. I know how my boss is. I'm just going to stay because it's just easier, or because it's in a comfort zone, even though I'm not happy, even though I don't have benefits, even though I'm not making enough to really cover anything, living paycheck to paycheck, but it's easier. So I'm just going to do that. Spirit is indicating that is a awful use of your resources. Okay. Wow. Spirit getting a little spicy. All right. You also have now the Six of Wands coming, the Six of Swords coming in. And the Six of Swords is indicating that Spirit sends those opportunities. Spirit sends those possibilities, those inspired actions, or those creative ideas to you, so that you can move out of stressful situations, stressful workplaces, stressful financial situations. But again, if you're not paying attention to that, if you're staying within those, but you're making that choice to do it, then it's time to use the resources that you have, Aquarius, to move into a new role. It's time to leave those behind. Again, take the leap, because the resources that you have, Aquarius, including being able to make decisions, being able to let go of things that are stressing you out, that aren't benefiting you, that aren't supporting you, that aren't challenging you in the most beautiful, positive ways, that aren't supporting or assisting to support you financially, you get to choose. But sometimes we can get ourselves in a place where we feel as if we have no choices, no opportunities. And Spirit is indicating here the choices and opportunities, again, are always showing up, Aquarius, but you have to make that decision to leave the stressful situations behind, to look for better and know that you are worthy of better. Okay. Wow, what gorgeous resources coming through here. Now you also have the Five of Cups coming in. And Spirit is indicating with this Five of Cups that some of you haven't been using those resources, that Spirit has been pointing you in the direction to your treasure. Some of you have instead been taking steps backwards. Some of you have been feeling at a loss. Some of you have been feeling kind of left behind, as if there's just not a lot of hope there. But Spirit is indicating that there are a lot of lessons, a lot of experiences that you have learned. Some of you have had several jobs and haven't realized that the resources that you've gained, the knowledge that you have gained throughout those jobs, can support you in moving into a different position or a higher pay level. Okay. And Spirit's indicating for me to tell you a little story. I think I might have talked about this before, but throughout the jobs that I have had, I didn't realize that what I was learning was going to be so beneficial for me when I opened up my own brick and mortar business, when I needed signage on the door, right, or lettering on the door. I had contacts when I needed ads placed or ads written. I had contacts when I needed to do flyers or print business cards, that sort of thing. I had contacts. I had all of those contacts because of the jobs that I did before, because of the work that I did, the contacts that I made throughout those various jobs. So Aquarius, Spirit is indicating those resources are resources that you have gained, and they're resources that can't be taken away from you. You have learned that. You have gone through trials for some, tribulations, triumphs, successes, victories, what have you. Don't take a step backwards by staying within what feels easy. Use those resources that you have gained through jobs, through mentors, through coworkers, through whatever it may be to move forward, okay? To move forward. All right, use the resources. Spirit is giving you reminders of the resources that you have. Now, of course, these won't be all of the resources because we all have individual experiences, individual jobs, individual skills. But Spirit really wants you to take a look at some of the resources that some of you aren't looking at or seeing that you have. Okay, now the next resource that you have coming in here is the Magician, Aquarius, and this really is all about Spirit is coming through here strong with the opportunities. Harness the opportunities that are around you. Use your determination and your drive to really pursue the opportunities or the potentials that are around you. Use your skills. You have skills, Aquarius. If you aren't remembering your skills, write them down. What have you learned? What jobs have you had? What skills did you use? What resources did you gain in each one of those jobs? And create kind of a compilation of what you have to give. Okay, what you have to give. If you were a hairdresser, you probably, worked with clients. So you have potentially some bedside manner. Or if you're a mechanic, you do things with your hands. You work well with your hands or work well within the automotive industry. However it may resonate to you, Aquarius, write down what skills you have gained throughout your jobs or throughout your experiences and use them to your advantage. Those are all resources for you. If you are a writer or if you are a cook or a chef, what have you, use those resources. If you have a special plate that nobody else can recreate, use that to your advantage. That is an asset, that is a benefit to an employer and or to yourself if you decide to open your own restaurant or open your own business. But be on the lookout, be noticing, create that compilation list of all of the things. If you spoke on the phone, you probably have a pretty dang nice phone voice, and or you have a separate voice for when you're on the phone than when you speak regularly, as my kids tell me. Right? Use all of that to your advantage. All of that is resources for you. Okay, now you also have the Ace of Cups coming in here, and that Ace of Cups is coming in with this resource of really you, Aquarius, throughout your experience, throughout your life, throughout your work, you have probably learned how to relate with people. You've probably learned how um, to tap into, for some of you, kind of an emotional aspect within people. And that is a resource for you. This is really coming through with this energy of really having this kind of open, warm nature about yourself where you can, there's a potential that people come and talk to you, Aquarius, that they open up to you, that they share with you or to you, and that is a resource for you. How can you use that in the most beautiful, giving way? What is it that you can do, or what can you create that can really be an opportunity or a possibility for you within your life, within money, within career? Because sometimes when we have that little bit of an edge, or we can create a form of an emotional response within people, we can kind of, you know, talk to people in a different way. We can reach people in a different way, Aquarius. So Spirit is indicating that that is a resource that you have, that you have this kind of creative ability as well to earn money. So within that, maybe you are a comedian and you reach out to people via your comedy show or what have you, and people really feel magnetized to you. Maybe you assist them in forgetting their woes for a little bit, Aquarius. Maybe you assist them in laughing and feeling a higher vibration. That is a resource. Use that to your advantage, but not only to your advantage, but to the advantage of the people out there that need that from you. Okay, now for your guidance or advice, you have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, Aquarius, is coming through with this reminder that you are valued, that you have something to give, and you have all of these resources plus many, many more at your disposal that you can use, Aquarius, to assist other people. And in the process, we assist ourselves, right? We get to assist ourselves. This may be really in the form of being a mentor of sorts. So within your resources, you may actually be able to assist other people in doing the same. Okay, this is also about giving and receiving, a lot of generosity. So Spirit is indicating, Aquarius, where you can be very generous. Be generous with your time. Be generous with your listening. Be generous with advice that is beneficial and helpful for others. Be a mentor for others if you can, Aquarius, if you can. But don't think that you don't have anything to give, because you do. And this is what Spirit is wanting to remind you of, pointing you in the direction of your treasure, because Aquarius, you have a lot of treasure that you can give, that you can share, that you can put out into the world via a job or a business, or potentially for some of you even your own YouTube channel or products, whatever it may be. You have a lot of resources, Aquarius. You have a lot of resources, and you can be a giver. Now, it's also being indicated, Spirit is also indicating with the Six of Pentacles, that you can also receive, okay? You can receive support. For some of you may receive generosity. You may just use some of your resources here that Spirit is pointing you back in the direction of, and you may really change some people's lives, and they may feel that that financial support or donations excuse me, might be just right up the alley for their way of thanking you, Aquarius. So be, this is your guidance or advice. Give and also be open to receiving, okay? These resources, the skills that you have, Aquarius, are beautiful. Use them to your advantage, okay? Wow, what a gorgeous reading. Again, I am going to link the general reading here at the end, so do be sure to read that. No, do be sure to go and watch that reading. Also, if you haven't read The Alchemist, I have several copies. Every time I see it, I buy another copy and then I gift them out to other people, because this is such a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful book, and I highly, highly suggest it. So if you haven't read it, please feel free to. All right. I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. Also, if you've made it this far and you do like this type of reading or the format of the reading, hit the thumbs up. Let me know that you are digging the information or the reading that came through. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.